Hello, hello, hello. How are the Nim fam today? Okay, there is not long until the FPL deadline, guys. Tuesday, out of nowhere, midweek fixtures. We have got to be on it. So are you guys ready? Let me know in the chat. I can see there's a few of you here already. Thank you so much to Holly for the raid and for the shout out, and for those of you that have come on over from Holly's stream, it's very, very much appreciated. And yeah, so it's an exciting time. The games are coming thick and fast. Let me know if you've done your transfers already. I have had a monster few weeks. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm kind of waiting for the kind of crash to come, because I have just had like a sea of green arrows the last few weeks. I still have my wildcard for anyone who's new to the stream. I haven't used it yet, so there may be a little bit of planning going on during the stream as to when I may use it, and hopefully that'll help you guys as well a little bit, because it will hopefully help you decide on maybe when you need to shift on some players, think about the blank and the double, and potentially AFCON coming up around the corner as well. So there's plenty for me to talk about there with my wildcard, which, although if you still don't know have yours, it will still be helpful and relevant information, hopefully, to you all. So I guess, the big press news, we'll get into that in just a moment. And the big one for me really is Gordon. So we'll pop on over actually and talk about any updates that we've seen here. And Gordon has been seen in training, so that is the big one for me, because I jumped early yesterday. I did a transfer of Turner to Dubravka. So if I bring up my team again for you guys, I moved on Turner to Dubravka, which might be thinking, why? Because you have Johnston in. Why would you do that? Why would you sell Turner for Dubravka? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Has made my life extremely difficult this week, as you can see, with some benching transfers. I'm not really sure who to bench yet, but I'm not massive on the Newcastle defensive double up, but I'm very aware that Botman is around the corner soon. So I'm very aware that I may be losing Lascelles soon. So that was one reason for jumping onto Bradford, to still try and cover myself for that Newcastle cover. And the other reason was price. Turner was dropping, Dubravka was rising, and that was a 0.2 swing. And with me using a wild card in the next few weeks, every little helps. As you guys know, when you do a wild card, you need as many pennies in the bank as you could possibly get. And so, yeah, they were the kind of the main reasons. But I feel like I have to play a Newcastle defender or goalkeeper today just to help coverage. At the moment, I'm thinking probably Lascelles over Udogie. I know that Udogie is at home, but I'm a little worried about Spurs defence, to be honest. And I did sell Bowen last week. So if Bowen starts, even though I think I've heard on the grapevine there's potential that he may not, then I think it's that sort of thing where I feel like it might be better to have this kind of setup. I feel like a lot of people bought Dubravka this week. There's a fair few who have Trippier, who we'll talk about in a minute, because there's a potential kind of injury pattern around him. But yeah, there's some word. Klopp did say in his pressers as well that not everybody can play all of the minutes, which I think suggested that Tsimikas could get benched for this one. I prefer his attacking upside and his fixture to Udogie's, but if he didn't play, then Udogie would come in. The only problem would be that kind of 10-minute appearance thing, which wouldn't be particularly great. So, Diogo Jota was running outside on Monday, but forward remains behind Alisson in his recovery, and he aims to return before the end of the year. Okay, so anyone who watched my Monday's video with the ultimate guide, I did put up a kind of guide to help with going Kelleher, Dubravka, and I would kind of lent towards Dubravka mainly for this reason, is that Alisson, we didn't ever really get a nailed on date for him, and with that in mind, it's the sort of thing where I didn't know when he'd be back. Otherwise, you know, it would have been quite fun, I think, to go with Kelleher for sure. Reece James and Cucurella come back into contention. Now, this is horrible because with James, whenever he's fit, there's that temptation to own him. But as an FPL asset, I get tempted to go there, and then I want to run away immediately because he's so scary to own because he's made of glass. It's literally, you have him for a few weeks and then everything goes to pot, really. So yeah, I'd love to own him for these fixtures. There was a stage, I think it was Christmas last year, where I switched Cancelo out for James, and it was really risky, and I did it last minute, and James got like a goal and an assist, and Cancelo didn't play, and it was like heroic stuff. And in those situations, you're like, oh, this is amazing. But they don't happen very often. And the one thing that's been a bit of an issue so far this season is any real returns from James, even though he's getting in and around exactly where you need him to be. So, yeah. And the problem is, if you're going with one of these really expensive defenders, then you probably are only going for one. You're probably not going to have like Trippier, James, Trent, Trippier, you know, Trent, James, you know, it's just too much money. I said in my video on Monday, harping on about it again, I'm saying Monday like it was ages ago because I usually do this on a Friday, so I'm so confused. But yeah, I said in my video yesterday that that I really feel like if Trent had been around the 7 million mark with Trippier, it would have made him a much more of a kind of thought process. If you can hear my little doggy in the background, apologies for that. I have 2 little chihuahuas, so sometimes they get a little yappy. Okay. Gallagher suspended, of course. De Zobri expects to have similar squad for to Sunday, so Matoma, Pascal Gross, Pedro are pushing for a recall after being benched for Stamford Bridge. Be interesting to see if Matoma's back, right? Oh, skip there, sorry guys. Jurgen Klopp, Joel Matip, we've not done the scans yet, but does not look good. Ali is closer, but not for tomorrow. Schlupp returns. That's interesting. It's a bit out of nowhere, that one. Oh, I'm going to say hello to everyone in the chat in the moment, but there are 20 of you watching. Thank you all so, so much. If you could pop a like on the stream, that would be absolutely amazing. And where am I at with my subscribers now? Let me have a quick look. Okay, so I am 92 away. 92 subscribers away from 7k, and I would absolutely love to get there before the end of the year. So if you guys could help me out, that would be absolutely amazing. Join the Nim fam, be a part of the crew, and yeah, you'll be loved and adored forever. Isn't that what everybody wants? Okay. Oh, Eze attempting straight, so he's back quicker than I assumed. That they're a bit lost without him, aren't they? but it'll come too soon this week. That's a bit of a shame, actually, because I think if Eze was starting, it would really nail down that John Stones spot for me. It's not because of any defensive reason, but just because I feel like if Eze has the ball and he's being creative, that's less chance of the other team attacking and being creative and potentially putting pressure on Johnston. No new concerns. City will be forced into at least one change. Oh, Rodrigo's importance, but he's suspended like Grealish. We'll find the best solution. Okay. Worst kept secret. Oh, that's an interesting one. Maddison is hoping to return in 6 to 7 weeks. This is probably the longest injury that he's had. If it is, say, 3 months, I've never really gone past that. It's frustrating, he told Ben Foster on Amazon Prime. Oh, thanks, Nigel. Welcome to the Diamond Club. You are a diamond. Okay, let's say hello to some of you guys anyway. So, hey, Nigel. Hey, Dizzy. Yelena, welcome. Phoenix, welcome. Lens, welcome. Good morning to you. From Phoenix. Love that. And good day, Nim. Watching from Oz. Wow. We're global today, baby. We're global. Love that. Good day. Love it. Love it. Oh, I was talking to my friend about Tim Tams the other day. And I think there was a bit of a discussion on Twitter about it as well. So I've got a best friend that lives in Oz, and whenever they come home to visit, they always bring Tim Tams with them. And I'm dairy free, so I shouldn't eat them because I'm dairy intolerant. So I shouldn't eat them. However, they're just so good. I can't not eat them. So yes, Shanio, if you can have some Tim Tams today for me, that would make me very happy. Enjoy them. Savour them. That'd be great. Okay, John, welcome. Simaram, welcome. Okay, start. Okay, I'm going to try to get around to some of your questions. And hopefully... oh, glad Az is feeling better. Oh. Okay, if Newcastle bring in De Gea, we'll all be shipping Dubravka, hopefully for a profit. Yeah, that's exactly it. So he was a bit of a community move, which is not something I tend to jump on very often. I tend to buck the trend a little bit this season, and at the moment it's worked a little bit in my favour. But I think, like last week, I kind of edged my bets. So Mbeumo was a big transfer in. I went there. But also because I had 2 free transfers, instead of going Palmer, I went Gordon. So that kind of, that worked out in my favour. This week was a bit more kind of a jump on the bandwagon sort of thing. As you say, thankfully, I think with having the wild card in my pocket, it made it a little bit of an easier transfer for me, just because I was effectively thinking, you know what, even if he gets like 2-3 games and then somehow De Gea pops up out of nowhere and Newcastle have a new keeper, or they rotate keepers, then look, I can get him out on the wild card and hopefully I'll have gained a bit of profit from it, is what I was thinking. So yeah, you're absolutely right with that one. I mean, I'd be surprised if they did pick up De Gea. I mean, that would make life fully difficult when Pope is back, right? Because Pope is number 1, and then they're gonna have like Pope, De Gea, Dubravka. I mean, it just all seems, unless they're gonna ship one of those out in January as well, it all seems a little bit messy. I don't I don't really know how they'd get around that one. I guess it may just depend on Dubravka's performance in the next couple of games and whether they feel they're desperate to fill that position. Yeah, I mean, does Jehl want to go to another club where he will end up eventually in like 2 months, 3 months, maybe 4 at the most, being second fiddle? I don't know. It's the sort of thing where he may love the game time. He may well want to be straight in on it. He may just be like, nah. If I'm going to a team, I want to be first choice. So yes, the main Gordon news for me when I took the risk with Dubravka last night was that Gordon is outside working with the group this morning. The forward admitted he was limping following win over Manchester United on Saturday. Now, my thought process here is that Gordon will want to play against Everton, right? So I am praying, as long as he's fit and he's outside with the team, that means he will start. Fingers crossed. I mean, I am not fooling myself. I am very aware that his away form is nowhere near as good as his home form. So I'm very, very aware that, that could be a real like issue. Like if I didn't do the Dubravka move this week, the Turner move, then if I judge any more about Gordon's injury, the move for me may have been Gordon to Palmer. But I feel like that is just an ongoing swap and change position. Like I would literally want to be doing that like almost every other week. Be like, oh no, I'd prefer Gordon this week. I prefer Palmer this week. So one of the main reasons I have really struggled to wildcard is like not really knowing where, like which of these players to go and settle on. Being able to do that around maybe even next week, potentially round 19. Gameweek 20, I'm seriously considering at this point because of AFCON being Gameweek 21 onwards, I believe. I'm really feeling like that could be a really great time to maybe kind of potentially with a double for City. I mean, it's my last week that I can use it. So anyone else in my position, that will be, the last time that you can use that. But yeah. It's a tough one. I do want to look into that in a little bit more in a second because it will impact on the transfers I'm going to make in the next few weeks for sure. Hey, John. What makes James a tough pick for me in the setup under Poch? The right-sided fullback doesn't get up the pitch the same way as the left-sided. Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't seem to be getting anywhere near as much attacking threat as he used to, right? Martinelli or Ferguson? Oh, you're asking an Arsenal fan. Who I should know this, shouldn't I? Wait, hang on, let me pull up. Who Brighton got? Brentford. They can be pretty good in defence. We've got Luke. I would go Nelly. I'll go Nelly tonight. I don't think you'd potentially going to want to keep him long term, I don't think. So I think get your most out of him now while you can. So, oh, thanks you guys. That's so sweet. You guys are so lovely. That'd be amazing. Let's go. Let's grow. Oh, Yelena, I would love to get there. Love to get there before the end of the year. It'd be so amazing. In the green, Eddie, do I play Martinelli or buy Gordon? I already did my free transfer Turner to Dubravka. Not for a hit. I don't think I'd do it for a hit. And for a couple of reasons. Again, Gordon is carrying this injury, so I'm not sure he'll play a full 90 minutes. I still think he'll start, but he may not play the full 90. He's not as good away as he is at home, or at least the stats previously have suggested that. And I like the idea of Nelly against Luton. and I think you would need some big returns from Gordon in order to cover the -4. So for me, I would stick this week. You've only got until the weekend, Eddie, and then you can make that transfer if you want to, right? So it's not, that's the good thing about these fixtures being so squidgy together. It means that you can literally just kind of go from one to the other. Triple Captain Salah. Wow, Ming, just coming straight in there with that question. Boom. I don't hate it, but I'm hoping there'll be better options down the line. Look, we've got doubles coming up. There should be a City double announced for Game Week 20. So, you know, yeah, I don't think it's the right time. But I mean, with triple captains, I always say, like, go with your gut on it. Like, if it's a gut call for you, you're feeling it, you want to go for it. Wednesday night under the lights. Who knows? But I'd be saving it for a double game week. It's boring, it's safe, but I love 2 bites of the cherry with the triple captain. Unless, you know, you have a Mane situation of a few years ago where he goes off, literally. Welcome, Kenneth, to the Nim fam. Thank you so much for subscribing. That means a bunch to me. Where are we at now? Where are we at? Oh, 92 away. You've made the gap a little smaller. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Really appreciate that. Love Black Box. Amazing. I bought in Wiley. I did see your question at the start. I will go back to you. So don't literally, I will go back to that. It's just that I just wanted to get straight into the FPL stuff for everyone. I bought in Bentley for the backup for Wolves for my wildcard since he was cheap. And I wasn't worried about having 3 Wolves players since he came in for Sarr. I may start him this week for the fun over Sanchez. So just bearing in mind, I'm not sure if I got it bookmarked, but I did say in yesterday's video that I had a quote that suggested that Sarr was only taken off precautionary. It was a spasm in his back and they took him off precautionary. So I don't think that Bentley will start unless there's been any update on that. Wolves, have we had any update on Wolves? For anyone wondering, the predicted lineups are suggesting that Nunes may be benched tonight. For those who may have done the transfer of Watkins. I don't know when the Wolves presser was. I'm assuming it must have been yesterday or... Aha. Here we go. On Jose Sarr, he's doing some training. He felt fine this morning. Yeah, I don't think Bentley starts, buddy. So just, I mean, the good thing with goalkeepers is that if Bentley doesn't start, then the likelihood of him getting any game time will be slim. But what I would say is if it was a back spasm for Sarr and they took him off as a precaution, if they happen to do something similar again, then you're going to get a goalkeeper that's only potentially going to get about 10 minutes or so. Plus, Wolves are against Arsenal, right? So do you not feel... Oh, no, it's Luton. Who do Wolves have? Oh, Burnley. Okay, yeah. Oh, no, I see why you'd want to target Burnley on this channel. The Nim fam targets Burnley. That's what we do round here. Is what we do. But yeah, that would be my only concern. I wouldn't want you to start him and then him come on for Sarr again for some weird reason, like Sarr just tweaks that spasm again or something. I'd want to know Sarr was either 100% out or 100% in before playing that. Tim Tams Rock. The original chocolate ones especially. Yes, absolutely. So basically anyone who's watching who doesn't know what a Tim Tam is, A, Google it, but B, basically it's like a really good penguin that you can get in this country. Other chocolates are available, and then it's the whole thing is just more chocolatey. It's like the only way I can pretty much describe it. John, I've Jackson and thinking I should use my transfer to get Kuncha this midweek. 1 free transfer in the bank. Your thought? I mean, if you've held Jackson this long, right? Didn't he get a return last week? I'm pretty sure he did, right? He's not going to be anywhere near the forwards, is he? So we're going to have to go to Chelsea. Got a return last week, I'm sure of it, right? Yeah, he got an assist against Brighton. You know, if you've held Jackson this long, I know he's got United this week, but United defensively, bit meh now and again. You hear what I'm saying? But Chelsea's fixtures are about to turn, buddy. Like, they are about to go. You can't see this, can you? Hang on. They're about to go a sea of green, right? Everton, Sheffield United, Wolves, Palace, Luton, Fulham. For the next 6, like, people are going to start jumping onto Chelsea players like, I don't know, fish in a barrel or something. Like, if I'm wildcarded next week, I would be looking to load up on Chelsea. Now, yes, there are a few options in that Chelsea lineup and a few kind of thought processes on how much time Jackson will now get, etc. But I don't think you need to worry about that until you need to worry about it. No money in the bank. I think I'd hold Jackson. Who Chelsea have? They have United, don't they? So yeah, I think I would. It's a tough one this week, but will you regret it and then want Jackson back for that run of fixtures? That's what I would think about. I'm not going to say do or don't do it, because Cunha at the moment is like on form, on fire. But I would just say Chelsea's fixtures are a sea now of green, so just bear that in mind. Hey McDavies, hey Dizzy. Leon Bailey looks great under radar pick at the moment. Yeah, next 2 game weeks he does have great. Nigel, who's got the Tim Tams? We need like a Tim Tam service up in here. Ziad, thoughts on selling Alvarez for Cunha? Oh wow, you guys are on the Cunha train this week. I don't know. Let me have a look. City. I have a feeling Alvarez is going to get a rest at some point, because do you remember when we thought he was going to be rested and then Grealish got that upset tummy and couldn't play the game? Alvarez started for him, right? And Alvarez hasn't yet had rest since that time. So something's like, well, when is he going to rest him? That said, Luton and then Palace, if he plays them, and you might say, oh, Palace is difficult, but he's at home. Might make him more nailed if Doku is out as well. Just something to think about there with that one. I really like Cunha though. I do really like him. He's been pretty good. 2 goals and assists in the last 3. Burnley up next. Oh, that's tasty, isn't it? And then Forest. As long as you can live with the fact that Alvarez could punish you, like he could do really well, then I do not hate that punt. I do not hate it. I had Martinelli 4 weeks. Defo hoping he can finally return this game was unlucky. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Like, that's the thing with Nelly. Like, he just looks great most games. Just unfortunately, FPL asset wise at the moment, he's like a bit hit and miss, isn't he? Really. There are 34 of you guys watching. Please do like. If you can, it all helps the channel, and share it and subscribe if you can. That'd be amazing. I think we're getting a little closer. We're 91 away now. 91. It'd be so awesome to get there before the end of the year. It'd be so good. And I'm going to try and keep as much content coming for you guys over the festive period. So I'm hoping to get a short out for you tomorrow. And then I do my Ultimate Champion stream on a Thursday. And I'm hoping I should be fine to do. In fact, I might even be able to stream for you guys now on Friday. I didn't think I was going to be able to. I thought it was maybe going to be a team selection video. Either get a team selection video or a stream on Friday. In fact, let me know in the chat. Which would you prefer on Friday? Shall I stick a poll up? Who are we all captaining for Gameweek 15? Why is it not letting me type? Thank you. Who are we captaining? Nim bam. Haaland. Oh, he was an angry beast on the weekend, wasn't he, old Haaland? Do you think he'll get a ban? Do you think he'll get a ban? And when do you think he'll get a ban? Ugh. Okay. Where we at? Oh. If Bentley doesn't, then Sanchez will come in, no harm. The fun part about taking a punt on a goalkeeper. Yeah, I mean, it's fine as long as Sal doesn't tweak anything random going on, right? So that'd be my only concern. Medi, Watkins or Ferguson? Medi, could you just confirm whether that's a transfer in or whether that's play Watkins or Ferguson? I'm not sure. I'd be guessing, buddy, on what you mean by that one. If you mean transfer in, then Watkins. Tim Tam double chocolate. John's in on the Tim Tam chat. We'll hold on to Jackson, roll the transfer. Hopefully Astrid has done her part to motivate him this game. Yeah. Thanks there, McTavish. Keep hitting Jehl back. Maybe. Hey Anne, welcome. Just has a really flexible job, right? That's all it is, just real flexible like. So who fancies coming on a bit of a road of plan Nim's team and get her to top 50k this season? So this is FPL team. I use a few planners to be honest, but I wanted to kind of cover them today. I'll just pull this over a bit so you guys can it's the only problem with all these sites, they're all different sizes, so I probably should be more organised and have them all set up ready and stuff. But, you know, that's for other more, you know, organised content creators. Over here in the Nim Fam, we like to wing things a little bit. Have a bit of fun, you know. So, let's have a think here. Let's have a look at Game Week 16. So, Doggy's at home again with his old Newcastle. Oh, I still got, hang on. I need to put Dubravka in. So I'm going to be playing Dubravka over Johnstone. Even though Johnston's at home, he's got Liverpool. Tottenham's not going to be an easy fixture for Newcastle, but I just prefer the Newcastle defence. Will I double up will be the question. That's the worry. And the other worry is if Tsimikas starts tonight, will he play on the weekend? So I may have to use one of my transfers potentially to sort out my defence next week. Otherwise, I'm fairly happy with my team, right? Watkins is at home, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I don't think this is a wild card. One thing I would like is Chelsea assets. So maybe Tsimikas to a Chelsea defender. What are we saying, Nimfam? Do we think that could be a shout for the weekend? Maybe we go Colwell. Quite like that. That's a potential. Or maybe you doggy, right? What are Spurs' fixtures like? No, because I'd probably want to play him Gameweek 17, right? This is the problem I've got. Like, most weeks I'm looking at it, I'm like, meh. Okay, so yeah, I mean, maybe I'll go something like that. Pedro Porro is who I'd prefer now if I was thinking about things. That week, I would want Palmer. So I would probably, considering that Mbeumo has the blank. Oh, then he has Forest. Wait, hang on. No, wait, he blanks, doesn't he? Why have they not got the... When does Mbeumo blank? I'm sure he blanks. Game week 18. Where are we at? Or game week 17, yeah. The next week, he blanks. So yeah, actually, Mbeumo to Palmer, right, is probably the move there. Or even maybe Sterling. So I'm probably... Yeah, I don't mind that, actually. That's a good shout. Problem is, I'm doing this, and then I'm like, when do I use the wildcard? Game week 18. Again, happy with that. Probably play... That's when I might double up on the old... Guess it depends on whether Everton's still scoring, right? But then ignore the bench order here, guys. I'm literally just spouting. Just spouting. This all... Right, so this is when I've got no Haaland, right? So I'd have to play... I would not be captain in your doggy. Do not panic. That's when I'd probably have to pay for it. But, you know, I don't hate that. It's not awful. So I was thinking I might wildcard here into this. But this isn't terrible. I could just pay 451, right? Archer, Kabori's not great backup, but it's backup, right? It's not shocking. But then I could wildcard in 19, which is what I originally planned to do. But game week 19, right, guys, is like Christmas, that's Boxing Day, so I'd have to wildcard on Christmas Day. And I love FPL as much as the next person, but I'm not sure I want to sit there Christmas Day sorting out my FPL team. You know, I want to be eating food, spending time with my nonna. Like, that's my nan, for anyone wondering. Like, I want to spend time with my fam. I don't want to be, you know, and I certainly do not want to be rushing a wild card very early on Boxing Day. So, and it'd be for what, right? It'd be, we're going to switch Udogie out here. It'd be real nice to have Trippier for this kind of little run of fixtures, but it may depend on whether Lascelles still has his place as well. But with 2.1 in the bank, wait a second. Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to get there. I was wondering if I could get Lascelles to Trippier. I'm not going to be able to. But I could get him to James. Guess it depends on whether City have the double up as well, because maybe he'd be a shout for a City. But let's just say he's still got his spot. I mean, the worst comes to worst, Kabore against Sheffield United. As long as Kabore's still got his spot, it's not going to be terrible, right? Did I do a transfer that week? Saying I've got no transfers, but I don't remember doing any. Yeah, so I haven't used a transfer there. Didn't use a transfer, so I would have 2 free transfers. So that, okay, so I'd have 2 free transfers for that week as well. So that could sort out my defense a little bit, right? So now it's all about game week 20 and whether City have the double. This would be my last chance to play the wild card. Again, I look at this team and I'm thinking there's not a whole lot I would change. But what I would do at this point is probably I'd be looking at like, so maybe game week 20 is when I'd be like, okay, I could wildcard, I could get Sanchez in, right? We could do a little upgrade maybe on Colwell if we wanted to James. This could be the situation where potentially we could be looking to drop one of these players and maybe upgrade Lascelles to Trippier. My whole bench should probably get an upgrade. And I need to think about, actually, yes, because I was going to say this could be the time to sell Sonny because he's off to AFCON. But maybe it's time to sell Salah. He's at home, but it is Newcastle. But that could be the time. Because if he does go off to AFCON around here, right, which is what we're saying, this could be the time where we could be looking to sell Salah. If this is a double game week, we could maybe get in De Bruyne, but by this point I'm assuming Doku would be fit. So if there's a double game week for City, Doku could be a shout. Which would then give me plenty to upgrade Lascelles to Trippier, and I know it's Liverpool, but, you know. Obviously, my bench will be a sea of people who are more budget, you know, persistent at that point. It's feeling a bit like it could be game week 20 at the moment, guys. Obviously, I'm not going to cut myself off. If anything major happens between, like, any game week between now and Christmas, I'm not going to cut myself off to using the wild card, right? It just would be silly. I just obviously would prefer not to be kind of making a wild card Christmas Day to then, you know, be rushing. I mean, we get a lot of Boxing Day information because of when the fixtures are, which would be nice for a wild card, of course. But I'm just not sure I want to do it very early in the morning. If you know, if it goes off and I'm struggling and I've got a lot of people injured, then yeah, absolutely. Right, cool. So Salah has won the captaincy poll. Salah's captain for me at the moment too. Where are we at on the chat? I've got John, I've got Rice in my Sky team, and I love owning him there. Any news on Gordon? Yes, we've had news on Gordon. He has trained outside. Sorry, it was much further up. But he has trained outside with the team, so I guess the assumption is people are saying that he'll start. I mean, again, I'm assuming he's going to want to play against his old club, so as long as he's fit, he will play. Yeah. No, to be fair, you guys have been really patient. That's fair. Of course, yeah, it always happens. See, Nigel the multitasker. Love it. Love it. Yeah, Mbimo's going to AFCON as well. Yeah, it's a good shout. So I'm not going to need him back for sure when it comes to that wild card. Yes, absolutely, Phoenix. Yeah, exactly. You need one day where your brain just doesn't think about it, right? Surely for somebody like me who's always on the go. Might I burn my wild card this side of the season? Look, there's every potential. But I think if I get to a situation between now and Gameweek 20 where I feel like I want to do something other than 2 transfers, or like 2 or 3 transfers, and it's going to mean I take a hit, then I'm not going to be adverse to using it just to make sure I don't end up taking a hit. So you know how some people are like, if you've got 8 problems in your team, 8 plus problems in your team, wildcard. If you can change half your team, wildcard. I just don't think it's going to be a situation like that for me this side of Christmas, this side of the first wildcard. It just hasn't come about for me where I've needed to do that. So I feel very lucky. I think this is the first time ever where there is a potential where I may not use the wild card. However, if we get to Game Week 20 and I don't have 2 transfers and I want to make 2 transfers, I will hit that wild card button to make 2 transfers. I'm not going to be prissy about it. If it's going to help me get in a player or help me get out an injured player, or like move somebody to a double game week player, I'm not, I'm not going to hate on it. We love it. Keep it coming, Nigel. Olivia, Sterling and Dubravka, or Gordon and Sanchez. Ooh. Wow. Gordon and Sanchez, I think. Yeah. It depends on your rank, right, Oliver? If you want to go if you want to be a bit more out there, a bit more punty, if you're in the millions and you're struggling, then Gordon and Sanchez are going to be pretty template, right, potentially in the next few weeks. So with that in mind, then Sterling and Dubravka is a kind of a twist on the moves, and I don't hate it. But I think if you're like at a nice rank, you're fairly happy, you're ticking away, yada yada, then Gordon and Sanchez. Maybe Buemo to Maddison would be on the cards if the timing with. I would love that. If Maddo could just come back for Game Week 20 when I potentially wild card, that'd be proper tasty. Although he wouldn't have Son then to deliver to, would he? Because Son would be at AFCON. So, no. Son is not going to AFCON. Is he? Wait, I'm a bit confused. Elder Forest, hey Nim, have you managed to get to Arsenal to watch any games this season? No, not this season. The end of last season I did. I watched the Brighton game. Which was horrific. That was when Stupinan went absolutely nuts against us and I didn't own him. That was torture. It pretty much lost us the wow. So anyone who is an Arsenal fan probably doesn't want me to go watch the games because it's a Asia Cup. I knew he was off somewhere. Thank you, Phoenix, for saving me there. Oh gosh. If De Gea joins as free agent, what do we think he'll be priced at? Yeah, around 5 mil, I reckon. Hey Cortex, welcome. So Wiley asked me right at the beginning of this stream, would you rather win Fantasy League or Arsenal get the treble, Premier League, Champions League and FA Cup? It's got to be Arsenal. It's got to be Arsenal. I mean, what winning FPL would do for this channel would be epic. It would be proper epic. But my first love was Arsenal Football Club and Thierry Henry. And so, yeah, I think seeing us win the treble would be pretty special. And it's something that probably wouldn't happen very often. So, not the winning FPL would either. But I think I'm always somebody who tends to be less selfish with this stuff. So I feel like there'd be loads of people that would get the high and the emotions and the love and the happiness from Arsenal winning, whereas I'm the only one that would really be benefiting from winning FPL. So yeah, it doesn't seem really fair, does it? When you can make loads of people happy instead of just making yourself happy. Though what it would do with my bank balance would be great. Then I could maybe make other people happy. No, it would be Arsenal. Hey, welcome. Yes, I did hear about Nunes, Cortex, but Nelly is a new one on me. Where you seen that information, buddy, about him getting benched? Let me check my... Has Emma posted her lineup? I'm 91 subscribers, guys, from the 7k. So I would love to get one more sub in this stream just to make it the round 90. So if you could do that, that'd be absolutely amazing. If you're not subbed to the channel already, of course. Don't think unsubbing and resubbing works, unfortunately. Let me check Emma's Arsenal group. And I'll just tell you if we had any more updates. No, we haven't. We haven't yet. They're still getting those predictions in. So if you could let me know where you saw that, buddy. Oh, right. They're in Arabic. Twitter might be able to understand it. I can always find their @ and see what Twitter says. I don't know why Nelly would be benched. Why would he bench him? Rest him ahead of Tapic, but then he hasn't rested him in the Champions League, which has been midweek. I think with only 2 points gap to City, right, we have to win these games at the moment. I'm not feeling it. I'm not sure. But you seem to think that you will be. It's very interesting. Well, Cortex, if you're right, I'm going to be sliding into DMs and you can hook me up with these reliable sources. Because my guys, there's a fair few of them in the chat here who are playing Martinelli today. And I've told them to because of the fixture. So if he then goes and gets benched, I'd be very interested in your sources. So do slide into the old DMs and let me know who those sources are. We are all on Captain Salah this week. This is my team for tonight at the moment. I am very unsure whether or not I should play Udogi over one of my defenders. So if any of you guys have any thoughts there, let me know. I am aware that Tsimikas could potentially be rotated, but I prefer his attacking upside to Udogi, who always looks every week like he's going to score a hat-trick and then just does nothing. And he's going to wait for a week like this week where he's on my bench and then he's going to score that hat-trick. Can see it coming. Would you sell Gordon for Son? Is that a free transfer, Danielle? Is that a free transfer? And so you guys saying Sonny's going to be going around this sort of time, right? 20, 21, 22 onwards, the Asia Cup. Would I sell Gordon? Is there nobody else you could sell? I don't know. Gordon at Everton. Gordon has trained, so if you're worried about the injury, I wouldn't be worried about the injury. I would assume he's okay to start. Tsimikas starts in predicted lineup. Okay, that's interesting. Then yeah. I think I'm sticking with this. Yeah, free. Is there anybody else? Like literally anyone else you could sell? Saka, Salah, Palmer, Buemo, Gordon. I don't like the sell on any of those. I genuinely... I mean, even Gordon is 19.4%. So if he does anything now as well, he's going to hurt. Gonna hurt badly. He is away. This week, it looks like potentially the better upside, right? He's away the next two, but we know he doesn't perform as well away. But then he is at Everton. This is ex-club. Would you not want to go there and just show him, like... Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we did hear about Nunes. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I hear you. I think it's like, I wouldn't, but especially with like the likes of like Palmer's fixtures around the corner are too nice. You can't even kind of ship in. Like, if that injury had been a bit more serious this week, then you'd have been able, maybe if you'd had the budget for that. Be nice if you could deliver this week, eh, Nigel? I would like that very much. Oh gosh. Yeah. What's it been now for me? I'm almost too scared to look. 3 game weeks in a row of greens. I've had my lucky 3 now. Surely at some point it's gonna I think, Dan, that it'd be maybe, I would say, what is going to hurt less. So in these sorts of decisions, when they're really close like this, for you personally, is it going to hurt more if Sonny hauls and you didn't buy him? Or is it going to hurt more that you owned Gordon for less, you sold him for Son, and Son didn't do anything? Probably what you need to kind of... I'm sorry I can't just give you a kind of, like, do this answer. But yeah, you know, it's one of those ones where I love your midfield, so I can't really see any opening at the moment. That doesn't mean with like all the injuries and potential like midweek games and the fast-paced games we've got coming up, that an opportunity may not open up for you in the next couple of weeks, you know, or the next few game weeks. So ooh, so Cortex, if you're playing your doggy this week and you feel like he's going to get a return, who would you drop out of my starting 11 to play him instead? That's what I want to know from you. Yeah, that's fair. Roll it, get your 2 transfers in the bank, take another look at Sonny at home against West Ham, who have a fairly decent defence, she says. I know a lot of you guys have Areola and you're not very happy with him. But they're not gonna... They might concede. They will concede probably, but they'll be harder. They should be harder to concede against, right? So get a good look at Sonny there and then make your decision. Check out Gordon away at home. See whether or not you think it's worth it. Yeah, but Nigel, the thing is, so many people have brought Dubravka in this week, and they're going to be playing him instead of Areola, right? So if Newcastle keep a clean sheet, I've got no Newcastle defensive cover. That is my only concern with not playing Lascelles. I don't think either of them are going to keep a clean sheet, though. I don't think either, especially if Calvert-Lewin is back, right? I don't think and Bowen plays, then I don't think either keeps a clean sheet. Kenneth, I hear you. Honestly, I was so enamoured by this guy when he first arrived. He was just so attacking. I was like, oh, we got our new Trent here for like quarter of the price. And then, yeah, then Guy just keeps getting yellow cards and... Yeah, I completely agree. I can see Everton scoring too. I just feel like I need some Newcastle defensive cover. Just feel like... Yeah, there's every possibility too. Every possibility the Luton could do. I don't trust Palace defence either, which is why I bought Dubravka. Because I guess my other option would be this, right? So I play Dub over Johnston and Jadogi over... That's the other way I could play it. Hey, John. Welcome. Just coming in there, all guns blazing. All right, then. I'm going to do a poll. Just bear in mind, I'm on a 3 game week green arrow streak. So this is a lot of pressure on you guys. All right, just saying. Would you start ... Dub and Udo or Lascelles Lasso. And why can't I type today? And John. There you go, there's a poll for you. Dub and dog. Just saying. Just saying. Do we not? Surely Johnston's better at home though, right? She says with his 1 point against Everton. 1 point against Tottenham. 9 points against Forest. 8 points against Fulham. That's about as good as it got, to be fair. But have you guys seen, like, Udogi's points recently? They've been blinking terrible. Look at this, guys. -1, 0, -4, 0, 1, 0. And you want me to stick him against the Hammers, who will probably play Bowen? And they have Sushak. Surely not. Surely not. I don't know. Yeah, they are. They are. No. Wow, it's 50-50. That's real helpful. I'm gonna have to wrap this stream up soon. The Cells and John. No, it's. I should have started this one earlier. Feel like it's real tense, like tennis match at the moment. If Udogi had done anything else in recent weeks, anything else, I'd be all over him. The last time he got any points of any real note was Gameweek 8 against Luton. And that was a clean sheet. They're not going to keep a clean sheet against West Ham. His 2 attacking threats came against Burnley and Bournemouth in game weeks 3 and 4. I'd say Villa was similar to West Ham, right? And yeah. I know what you're all thinking. You guys have all had Areola for ages and you're like... Dub and Dog, is that the local pub? Love that. That's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to give up FPL content creation and open a pub called the Dub and Dog. If I played these two tonight and they went nuts, could be a potential, I'm telling you. Yeah, if you've got cash on the bench, then that's fair enough. Like, I think that's fair enough. In my situation, though, where I could be playing Lascelles, who's got 6, 7, okay, got a couple of zeros, but 9, 6, and has some attacking threat in him. Okay, there's a goal, 1 goal in an age, but, you know, some attacking threat. And then I'd get my booby prize of 1 point from Johnston, right? What's going on with this hair today? It's so mad. Chelsea, Villa and Wolves were transition games for Spurs due to Maddison and other injuries. True, but then they also let in 3 goals against City, and I know it's Man City, but not everyone has let in 3 goals against Man City, even if they were at home, right? Even when they were winning, though, Udogie's points 0-1-6-1-0. That was with Maddison. This is probably telling me my gut prefers Lascelles and Johnson, which probably tells me I should follow my gut. But just because I feel like I'm arguing against playing Udogie. And whenever you feel like you're doing that, it's probably telling you what your gut wants to do. You really think Palace is going to score that many, Cortex? Oh, McTavius, you're in for a good one. Apparently, Cortez thinks you guys are going to score two goals tonight. Tomorrow night. Being at Spurs, we're letting go. I agree. I'm assuming Bowen is starting, right? We've not heard any. Cortex, you know these predicted lineups. Is Bowen predicted to start? If Bowen is predicted to start, then I do not fancy Udogie against Bowen. Just saying, guys. Honestly. We've had 12 votes and we have 50-50. Guys, it's about as helpful as a hole in the head right now. Dub and Lascelles for me. Oh, Phoenix is just coming in there and smashing it up all together and making me want to do double Newcastle defense. I think Dominic starts tonight, Phoenix, if that has any impact on your decision, of which he'll be at home. If that's the case, then again, Newcastle defense has been pretty strong of recent weeks, hasn't it? Oh, we swung back to Lascelles and John. Bowen's going to start. Okay, so yeah. I can't do it, guys. Look, you come back to me Friday or next week when if I do a live stream Friday or do a live stream next week, come back to me and tell me that I was a grade A Muppet if Udogie goes nuts, right? Otherwise, I think I just feel safer this way around. For now. Who knows what will happen in the next couple of hours. I will, as always, post my team on Twitter. It's been even tougher. Oh, I love you guys so much. My Nim fam, you make life so much fun, honestly. Oh, even Nigel's changed now. Nigel's in on the double Newcastle club. You really think Everton won't score at home? How have they been doing recently? Surely they've been scoring, haven't they? Feels like they're on the up now, right? They're in a new groove. Got a goal against Forest. Lost to United. Scored 3 against Palace. Newcastle clean sheet against Arsenal. Clean sheet lost to Bournemouth. Lost their clean sheet to Chelsea. Kept clean sheet to United. I'm unsure, guys. This one might go down to the wire. I will post my team, I promise, on Twitter and let you know which one of the 3 combinations I went for. I will let you know if I stuck with this one, which I'll just go back up again, whether I did Lascelles and Dubravka, or whether I went out there with the dub and dog. I'll let you know on Twitter for sure. They did lose at home to Luton. Oh. Hey T-Tac, welcome. Love a big hit, yeah, same. What do you think about -4? Darwin to Isak, no bench. Any other shouts? Ooh. Because the predictions are saying Darwin's out, right? I really kind of pumped Isak last week over Darwin. Thing is, I reckon you got maybe 2 game weeks left out of Isak before Wilson returns. Do you not think Darwin will be a better super sub than he will be playing the full 90? I feel like he will be. I'm actually more nervous about not owning him if he's a super sub than what I am if he starts the full 90. Just putting that out there. Right, you guys, it has been amazing. I've enjoyed every minute of this stream, like, so good. Honestly, thank you, Nigel and Cortex, and to everyone who pulled people into the stream. Honestly, it's been a great one today, and the chat has been cracking, and I've loved every minute of it, and now I really want some Tim Tams. But to you guys, have been amazing. Please do like the stream if you can, share the stream if you can, if you feel it's been helpful in any way, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I don't know if we got to the old did we get to the... Oh, yes! We did it! Stream, you guys are amazing. Okay, so I've got 90 subs left until we reach 7k. So that would be absolutely amazing to do before the end of the year. But thank you. That is just... Oh, you guys, honestly, so much love. Trying so hard to grow this channel. It took a bit of a dive, last season I think it was, and I've just been working so hard to bring it back again. So yeah, like, whatever I can do, slide into my DMs, message me whatever you want to see from the channel, whatever you enjoy in the channel, whatever you feel needs improving. I am here, like, to try and get the best out of this channel. So really appreciate it. There will be some content for you. Hopefully get a show out for you tomorrow. There will be some Ultimate Champions content on Thursday. I'm not sure if any of you guys are interested in that sort of thing, but it's a very similar kind of game to Sorore meets FPL, kind of smudged together. So it's just stream on a Thursday for that. And then Friday, I will bring you some FPL content of some kind. It will either be a team selection video, or we'll go again with another live. So make sure you are hitting that notification bell so you know when I'm going live, and you shouldn't miss a thing then. Should be really good. Thank you all so much. Again, as I say, I will post my team here. I will post it on Twitter, and I will post it on Instagram, X. I will post it, and I'll let you know what I fell on, what side of the coin, the three-dreaded coin I landed on in the end. Thank you all so much, guys. Have an amazing evening. Lots of luck and green arrows for Game Week 15. Until next time, Nymphrya out.